right, I finally finished this guy, Bob Woodward's latest volume, War. I had intended to read it last week, but I got sick. However, I have now finished it. It is not as good as previous Woodward volumes. The chapters are short. The sourcing is surprisingly not as prodigious as previous Woodward volumes. I got the sense that this was rushed to press. But it does contain some insights into how the Biden-Harris administration has handled foreign policy. Specifically, Joe really trusted Kamala to go to our allies and really reiterate to them that we need to have tight bonds. There's a moment where Kamala goes to France and manages to solidify our alliance with them. There's also a moment late in the book where it deals with Israel and specifically Netanyahu, who Biden calls a motherfucker. And Kamala, despite not going nearly as far enough as most of us want, to her credit, did tell Netanyahu to his face, I know that this is what you believe the situation to be, but this is what young people in America understand the situation to be, based off of the visuals. Your optics are bad. She said this directly to Netanyahu's face, which takes significant fucking balls and shows that she's willing to go a little further than Biden did on Israel and Palestine. And it's not enough, I know, for a lot of people, but it does demonstrate that not only is Kamala actually a pretty good diplomat when it comes to foreign policy, but that she is willing to tell the cold, hard truth in a foreign leader's face. This is what you stand for. And I actually admired Kamala a little bit more on the foreign policy and after reading this book. Again, I am not satisfied with how she stops short, as you are not satisfied, but it is very clear that there's a major difference on foreign policy under Kamala versus Trump. Kamala and Joe go in, they are informed as fuck, and we don't see a lot of this. But in actual practice, in actual diplomacy, they are willing to tell the blunt fucking truth, especially Kamala, to a foreign leader's face. That is what you are voting for if you vote for Kamala. And I feel better about voting for Kamala yesterday after reading this book. I think that there's a lot about the Biden-Harris administration we're not going to know about until maybe 5-10 years from now have passed. But it's worth reading if you're a political wonk. Again, not the best Woodward volume, but some decent insights into how they have handled foreign policy.